What's up, y'all? We got plates in motion. You know the slogan. Get you some and stay focused. This is presented by Bankroll Media. We in the lab, entertaining no trends, and I'm your host, the Professor Chef. And today we got a special guest. I done seen it all from the back seat because of this person. I call her my mom, but she really my auntie. We got Bird's Beauty in the building.
Hey y'all, what's good?
All right, so we're going today episode we touching on grief to grind.
hmm
So I'm gonna start off and ask you, for the diners who don't know you, introduce yourself. And before we get started, why do I call you mom instead of Auntie Chowder?
Hello, everyone. My name is Chopsa Jacobs. I am Zaire's auntie or his mama. And I don't even know when it started, honestly. My sister was a working mom, and so the village just really needed to step up. And in any way that I needed to be there for you, I was there, picking you up, taking you places, having them conversations she didn't want to have. So just really being that mom figure, but also being that auntie figure. So, like I said, I don't know when it started, but that's just been what it is, and that's how we roll.
Yeah, yeah, that's how we roll. So you watched me grow up. What kind of kid was I?
Oh, you were a very curious kid. Reckless but resilient. I'm gonna say that. You were a kid that just wanted to get into everything. You wanted to know everything, but you was reckless too, because bless my sister, because I remember there was a time in your life. I don't remember how old you were, but you had her in the emergency room like 2 times in a month, like when you messed up your toe with the weight dropped on your toe, and then when you fell off the curb and broke your arm. I was like,
Oh
this little
yeah.
boy just is a little. Oh, and then you a cuss a motherfucker out.
Oh
I
yeah.
have never seen a child cuss nobody like you cuss people like you was like a show like that we took on the road like at my school in the car like you would just cuss people out, and that was hilarious to me because yeah, I'm gonna get my nephew to cuss you out. Mm-hmm.
Sure, yeah. I hella remember those time at the Lincoln games.
Yes,
You
in
and
the
Nunu.
bleachers. Yes.
Just
Yes, mom, my
man.
little cousin will cuss you out. Like what? And then Uncle Larry Carr, the infamous
Oh
recording,
man,
nigga.
and
Like
Alexis.
man, when he ain't had that car no more, we was sad just for that because
Man,
that and
man,
let had TikTok had been around back then, man, we would have been we would have been viral.
man. Niggas would have been in trouble, but viral though.
Man, for real, yeah. So definitely a kid that just wanted to get into everything, but would cuss you out too. So.
Yeah, definitely curious. So you was one of the first people to let me experiment on you. Do you remember some of the early meals? And did you know that culinary would become my career?
So no, I did not think that you would be going into the culinary field only because you were going hard on your barber stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you backed away from that and then went to culinary, I was like, oh, that checks. That checks out
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I think you and I talked about this recently, them stuffed pancakes. Man, I will never forget because you did like the regular Douglas because your dad and your mom cooked. So when you was doing like the mac and cheeses and the fried
Mm-hmm.
chickens, I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
okay. But that one, them stuffed pancakes, and we're gonna touch on it a little bit later, I believe. Um, you was making sure that I was eating.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so you just was like, whatever we had in the refrigerator, like you gonna whip it up and you gonna make me a meal. So
Mm-hmm.
that's what I remember the most. That and them stuffed pancakes, child.
And it's funny that you say the stuffed pancakes because my server at my job, she loved my stuffed pancakes too.
Yes,
So
it's like the perfect balance of like sweet, savory. And then, my dude, you made homemade syrup because we ain't
oh,
had none. You was like, oh, we ain't got no syrup. It's okay, my mama makes some. What? Okay, and it was good.
yeah, I'll be
You was just
surprising
whipping it
everybody
up
on
as a
that.
kid. Huh?
Yeah, I'll be surprising everybody on the syrup still.
Man, I'm like, this ain't molasses. This ain't ancient mom. This is good. It ain't got all them preservatives and stuff. It was really good. I was
Right.
blown away.
Yeah. Hey, I ain't gonna lie. Having these conversations with people it be taking me back. Like, dang, I really was cooking as a kid.
Dude, literally. And I'm not gonna, say I was the reason, but I knew that you like genuinely wanted to make sure that I was eating because I wasn't. Like I was
Yeah.
just out. I checked out, and you was like, nope. If I can do anything, I'm gonna make sure you're gonna eat.
Right. Right. So how would you describe your relationship with food and cooking today then?
Mm, so with the food just being so jacked up, I have started to learn how to make my relationship better with food. There's a meme that goes around like I'm gonna eat something that messed my stomach up this time to see if it don't mess up my stomach next time. It's like, child, you're getting too old. Put that red 40 down. They
Yeah.
got us in the chokehold.
Hmm.
So just knowing, the relationship between how you feel because of the food, like living to eat instead of eating to live, so
Yeah.
and us being greedy, our whole family greedy, and just
Yeah.
realizing, how those things play out as far as health wise, is the biggest thing. And knowing that it can heal things, all those herbs and stuff. When you throw a little bit of clove into something, it's like, I can
Yeah.
taste that clove, So just really exploring our palate. Yeah, that's pretty much how my relationship is. I forgot the second part of the question, son.
Oh no, it was just how do you describe your relationship with cooking and food?
Okay, yep, and that was it. Yep, yep. And especially being like away from Cali, like those recipes that we know we can make,
Right.
like
Right.
the Mexican food. We lived in a melting pot of different cultures. So
Right.
like being able to make some chicken adobo at home, like the pancits and the lumpias and then the Mexican food. Like we just had so many options of things that we could try to make. And so now I'm not being there, being able to take those recipes to where I'm at now.
Right. Honestly, saying because it's it's different Mexican food from out here than it is San Diego. So
Right.
yeah, taking the recipes, showing people the different burritos and stuff. Like I ain't never had a
Mm-hmm.
burrito like this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So let's slide on into you and your business. Tell the diners about Bird's Beauty and what
Mm-hmm.
inspired you to become a cosmetic therapist. And what
Mm-hmm.
do you love most about helping people feel their best?
I think that's it right there, just helping people feel their best. Bird's Beauty is an electrology studio that I have here, home based in Euclid, Ohio, close to Cleveland. I wanted to do it for my own personal struggles with hirsutism and realizing in this area there are not really a lot of electrologists that work on melanin rich skin, and just being an advocate for it. Everyone hears about laser, but it's like that don't really work for our people. So just really wanted to be that person. Like people always say, I wish I had a me in my life.
Right.
So being that technician and that cosmetic therapist that I wish that I had,
Hmm.
when it came to getting this facial hair gone.
Yeah, and that's really what it's all about, being the person that you needed in your life for somebody else. That's really the goal. It should be a goal for everybody when you're doing what you're
Hmm.
doing.
Yep. I mean, so your passion project is not work.
Right. Right. So your career is about helping people build confidence. Do you think beauty and food have something in common when it comes to making people feel good?
Yes, because food, um, is supposed to nourish you and nourish you from the inside, and beauty comes from the inside. So being able to tell my clients like it's the food when they're like, I don't know what this is, it's hormonal. It's the food. It's the food. You gotta watch what you're eating. All that processed food is not good for you, and it's gonna show up in your skin. Your skin is your largest organ, so making sure that you're feeding your vessel the
Yeah.
best way that you can. So yeah, that's the relationship I would say that there is just really putting good stuff in so you can get a good result out.
Yeah. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, that's real because me personally, I'm stepping into my culinary lifestyle expert field. You know me as the professor chef. I'm trying to
Hmm.
be a lifestyle coach, a culinary lifestyle coach, and
Nice.
me doing my research now, it's really food is really the center of everything. Like it's what you put in your body. It's gonna show
Hmm.
and it's gonna show out.
Hmm. And I think with your expertise, like you can take those dishes that aren't necessarily good for us and have give us alternatives that we're not really
Right,
missing it. You know, we're not missing the cultural aspect, but we're making it modernized and healthier because,
right.
like I said, those health issues that we're seeing are directly linked to the food. So it's like I know that you, like I said, your expertise will definitely go far in something like that. I ain't never heard of a life coach through nutrition. I'm here for
Yeah,
that. We need that in our communities.
yeah, and that's really goes back to being somebody I wish I had,
Mhm.
or should being somebody I wish my family had, because our family, our relationship
Mhm.
with food.
Yep. I know I was broke until I started ordering my own food, like our family did. I said, "Oh, all them extras, add-ons, and do the bacon, do the extra sauce." I'm like, that costs, baby. How much y'all affording it? How we book out a whole soup plantation, like
Man, man,
BS soup plantation from breakfast to dinner. Like, come on now, what are we doing?
I be telling people all the time, and I don't know how we used to do it, but we did it. We used to pack out
Hmm.
restaurants and then be there.
Be there, helping clean up and stuff. Like, it's time to
Right,
go. We got houses to go to. You act like we ain't got no house to go to and talk.
right,
But all in the name of fellowship and being around each other and creating those memories.
right. And I could say that's really what my strong relationship with food started. Is those gatherings with not even just at the restaurants, even at the house.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah. So this episode is called Grief to Grind. Without sharing anything you're not comfortable with sharing, how did grief change your outlook on life?
Mm. So I believe that culturally, I don't want to say desensitized, but grief was like brought onto us very early,
Mm,
and we were exposed to death in a not so normal way. In our culture, we would take care of the body and bury the body ourselves as a community, burning their items, all the preparation that comes into it. I can say really changed my outlook. And then, of course, when I was 18 and I lost your uncle,
mhm.
um, that really changed me and my whole outlook on life. Rest in peace to Mario. But losing him really changed my outlook because I was really, really shooken by that because especially coming from Southeast San Diego, for him not to pass, at the hands of somebody else
Yeah.
really shook me up. Like, hold on, hold on now, from an
Right.
asthma attack, dog. Like, it just it gave me a big awakening at such a young age because I was able to see him reach his divinity, and even though it wasn't what I wanted, as far as his journey, I had to realize that the creator was like, nah, he reached his own divinity. He reached
Yeah.
the end of his own journey. Um, and just really realizing that you could be here today, gone today.
Hmm.
Um, and so I think that really shaped me in the aspect of repairing relationships that, sometimes it is that deep, but in the grand scheme of things, it's not that deep.
Right.
If you love somebody, you tell that person that you love them because they could be here today and gone today.
Exactly.
And so learning that lesson so very young and then that trickling down to you, it that really changed my outlook to really say like, the village is gone or the village is leaving, so
Right.
I can definitely say it turned your savage up, no pun intended, when you lose somebody that was supposed to be around to see all the good things in life.
Yeah. I love that answer right there. And it's something that I really thought about the other day. Now that you speak on Uncle Mario,
Hmm.
he was the first one to teach me how to cook something.
Mm.
It was this one time when he was cooking for you, grandma, and papa. Well, he was cooking for all of us, but specifically for you, grandma, and papa. And I was just messing with him. You know, I used to mess with him, and he said, "Well, I'm gonna just teach you how to cook something." And I kind of helped him out.
Mhm.
And from there, I ain't gonna lie, I got curious in the kitchen.
Mhm. Yeah. That man didn't play about feeding the family.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, yeah, he
But
in his short time,
mhm.
he did a lot.
Big impact. Big impact. That man didn't play. He like, we're gonna find the meat man. We're gonna buy these meat packages and we gonna freeze them and we gonna thaw them out. We gonna make something out of nothing.
Yeah.
So yeah.
How did you turn grief into motivation instead of letting it stop you?
Um, it wasn't easy. I can definitely say there was times that I had to just sit in my suck. And that is the biggest part. It's like, there's some things that you just can't control and you gotta just sit there. Life is about the highs and the lows. So you gotta sit in them lows sometimes. But it's gonna be an up coming around. But until then you just wait it out. That's kind of, I'm not really super religious, but definitely spiritual that, you sit in it and you know that faith is knowing that it's going to change, but being able to be still sometimes is the biggest thing. So yeah, letting that guide me and knowing that my ancestors got the best seat in the house on my accomplishments.
Yeah,
um,
you got it
when your
on
uncle
too.
Mario died, your papa was at the hospital. He called Pastor T and he was like, what now? And so
Yeah,
that I think always stuck with me. And Pastor T did preach on that at his funeral. What now? What are you gonna do now? You just have to, read the changeup. We know we love some sports, so if the ball is too far off the plate, you might have to step on the plate and hit that thing. If it's
yeah,
too close to you, back up off of the plate, a little bit. So just really reading the changeup in life, and letting that fuel you. That it ain't easy to do that, but really, really knowing, and then being able to shake the spot. You can't heal where you was hurt at. So
yeah.
if you got to change scenery, and I
Ooh.
think that you kind of helped me with that. It's not a I love you, but it's I love you and I'm gone.
Yeah,
Like you can still reach out to me, but I got to do, like I said, reaching our own divinity, our own following our own paths of what is grind to you, and really creating your own lane.
yeah. Uh, I ain't gonna lie, you taking all the words out of my mouth for real. Yeah, y'all, this is why I have these conversations with these people because I really ain't gotta say too much. Number one, and y'all learning from what I learned from.
Hmm.
Y'all getting it right there, but y'all ain't gonna get it all though.
This the free subscription.
Yes. Yes. So I had to do the same in my own way. Watching my journey, what changes have you seen in me over the years?
I think that I kind of touched on it a little bit, but the biggest thing that I learned is that from you is that family is family, and sometimes you have to remove yourself from things, and it's not at anybody else's, fault. I'm moving and doing what I need to do for me and to make me feel whole. Um, we're a big family. We're big family people, and so for you to go to New Mexico, it was like, dang. But then now I see how you've grown into a grown man, and I'm
Hmm.
like, that's what he needed. I left for college, but I came back, and then being able to see you go and spread your wings, I was like, I can go too.
Yeah.
I can go do what I need to do, and it's not because I'm not for the family. I don't love my family. I can only move like this because of the love of my family.
Yeah.
Our parents still pull up on us even though we're not there.
Yeah.
Um, and like I said a little bit earlier, it's not I love you, but it's I love you and.
Hmm.
Um, And I know I can still call you. I know you good for a good text, a good reel being said.
Mhm.
We can chop it up for a second. It's not no love lost, and that
Right.
was the biggest thing is just being afraid. That's for me, being afraid to really spread my wings. And so I learned that mostly from you, and how to live unapologetically. I know that the higher generation of our aunts and uncles, they live unapologetically, but for us to be able to create our own lanes and live unapologetically is what I could say that I have learned the most from you, and seeing you grow up.
My mess, yeah, something I'm finna say. What you mean unapologetically? Like I don't give a fuck?
Yeah, don't know fucks given. Like you ain't like that I ain't doing XYZ. Cool,
Right,
that's
that's
cool. Like anybody's opinion don't really matter
right.
because I'm doing this shit for me.
Cause y'all know I'm gonna post what I'm gonna post.
Hmm.
I'm gonna do what I'm gonna do.
For real. And it's your lane. It's who you are. It's unapologetic. Like,
Nah, but yeah, that's. But honestly, I get it from y'all. Like, I really get it from y'all, and I love it though. And that's
hmm
really one of the things that I love. That I really am a. What am I trying to say? When you see me, you see my village, because I am my village.
hmm
Everything I do is for my village and from my village.
hmm You
So
are truly a sponge of everybody. And I remember, I think you might have been about 18, and I was like, I'm sorry. Oh, I was drunk. I was, oh, son, I'm so sorry for everything I exposed you to. You said, Mom, you know my parents. I've been all types of trips. Like, it made you who you are, straight a sponge. You are literally a student of the game.
yeah,
Like, and that is another thing that I just absolutely love because you took all the good and not hell, not even all the good, the not so good pieces of everybody.
yeah.
But you made it who you are and you've applied it. And some things you've taken with a grain of salt, and some things you're like, and I'm like, that's his Uncle Maine in him. That's Keita in him. Like, damn, that's his great grandma. And I know you probably still lotion up like great grandma used to lotion you up. Like, so just like
My
little
dad be
pieces.
making
I'm
fun
like,
of me.
right, because I know you be out there sizzling,
Like, nigga, is you
out there straight
sweating?
sizzling.
Nah.
No, funny.
Man, yeah. So, what advice would you give someone who's trying to rebuild their life after losing someone they love?
Hmm. So I would say, I touched on it a little bit. Sitting in that suck. Culturally, we have a ritual that I guess you would say we follow when we cut our hair and stuff like that. But that also symbolizes to the community that we are in mourning. And so I always encourage people that I know that aren't native to kind of adapt this knowledge of you can take that year, that sacred year, because it is sacred. It's that first year of first without your loved one, those first birthdays and holidays and stuff like that. So taking that time to really sit in that suck. And I hate that saying, but it really is what it is, because sometimes you have to look up and you're like, I'm trying to be strong. I'm trying to be okay. And it's like, no, you need to sit in your suck. You need to
Mhm.
give yourself some grace. You need to feel those emotions. You need to let what triggers you trigger you so that you can know what triggers you. You can't know what your triggers is till you get triggered by them. So knowing that sometimes that shit gonna hurt. And I always tell people it's day by day, or if that ain't even enough, it's second by second. Whatever you got to do to get through, it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay not to want to be okay. And you might not want to be okay right now, but overall, you got to want to be okay
Yeah,
because you're forever changed. Whoever you lost, you are forever changed. You now for the rest of your life from that day forward are not the same person.
yeah,
And that's the thing that I think that people don't realize is that, oh, I can't do this no more. I can't do that no more. It's like you are an ever evolving being. So sometimes you have to reinvent yourself. I am this person now because I've lost this, and it's like fill that hole with something. And I think that's why we liked the grind or grief to grind, is that something had to happen to trigger whatever your next goal is. It's
Right.
like use that energy to go get something else, even if it's okay, I need to get out, getting out in nature, feeling some grass, grounding, all that stuff is real. Like you can kind of feel that change. So
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing. My biggest piece of advice is just to really feel it. It's gonna suck. It's gonna
Oh,
suck,
for real.
and it's not a time heals all wounds. That's the worst thing anybody has ever said, because I think you and I are us. We are what, 14 years into losing Mario this year,
Mhm. Yeah.
and that shit still hit like a ton of bricks. Still, because
Uh,
I think my biggest thing is like, damn, I ain't get to see that nigga grow a full beard or nothing. Like it's just I ain't get to see him grow up. Like I
shit.
feel like on Rugrats when you got to see him get grown, it's like, damn, we was robbed of that, But
Nigga, I'm older than the nigga now.
you feel me? Like
Like,
being older than them and such a big impact in such a short amount of time. It's like how? But it's not about a how. Everybody is on their own journey. And like I said, people reach their version of divinity, because you couldn't tell nobody that a 19-year-old was done with this world.
yeah.
Like no way. No, but it's not something you can't lean on your own understanding. You cannot, because you would drive yourself crazy, and don't do that. Don't do that. It's all the creator is so intentional, because honestly, I don't know if I would have ever left if he wasn't gone.
Mhm.
I don't know. Can never tell yes or no, but just knowing that it's all intentional, it's all part of a greater plan. And that's all I'm gonna say on that, because I feel like that was getting long.
Uh, yeah, but speak on a little bit on that, the grind to grieve. You know, Uncle Larry pushed me to go to sign up to culinary school.
Wow, I did not know that.
Mhm. I was thinking about it for a minute because I've been working in the culinary field for a minute, but when I got that call that
Mm.
day,
Mhm.
I just said, "Fuck it, all right, let's do it." That post was going around that maybe I need a hug, but I just signed up for school,
Man,
like
man, oh
literally.
man. Yeah, that was kind of similar with me and Uncle Larry too. He was like, I got the call early Saturday morning, and then on Monday I had to go to school to start electrology school. And school for me, of course, I'm in Ohio, so the closest school was an hour and a half away, and I was pushing it to get out there to get my 750 hours. So it's like I said, that Bird's Beauty is my passion project for real, because I could just hear him in my head like, oh, my name is Chada, and I didn't want to follow my dreams because my Uncle Larry passed. Like,
Right.
I just heard him all the time on that drive. That's 3 hours there and back. So I just had a lot of time to reflect. And sometimes what you need is just, like I said, to be still and to feel all that. But he was definitely a mother trucker to be able to cuss you out, make fun of you, but inspire you all in the same 30 seconds.
Man, I ain't never got in trouble by Uncle Larry, but I always felt like I was for a second when he was with him.
Mm, man, man, that dude, that dude.
Just like exactly what you said. You gonna get all that in one little spill. And so what's next for you? Bird's beauty and everything you're building.
Um, right now, I just celebrated my first year this past week, so excited to just see what's next. I ultimately want Bird's Beauty to be my main stream of income, but I'm just trying to get my name out there. That's the biggest thing.
Right.
Um, Working with everybody. It's not just for women, men too, like my service members who got to, clean shave all the time, or just men that need to want a crisp line up on their jawline or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So just really getting out there, that's the biggest thing. Creating a network of Black electrologists because I feel like it's so important for us to have representation. Representation matters. It so matters.
Yeah.
So possibly opening my own suite or studio kind of situation outside my home. But I love my little setup here. I wish you could come see it soon. Because I feel I built this brick by brick. So yeah, just riding the highs and lows of being an entrepreneur. I followed your mama footsteps. I'm a punch in 40 hours, okay? Get my health insurance and stuff. But exploring the unknowns of entrepreneurship.
Yeah.
Um, that's just been the scariest thing. But I'm taking a leap of faith, and I'm a year in already. So just trusting the process, embracing it, trusting it, embrace that, just really getting out there is the biggest thing and seeing what's next and ready for whatever.
Well, congratulations on everything you've done and everything you're gonna do. So I
Thank
know
you.
some good
Thank you.
things coming.
What's
So
next for the diners? What you got in store for the diners for the rest of the year? We entrepreneurs, so we think in
that's
quarters now.
yeah.
What you got for the
So I'm
next
like,
2 quarters?
so really, I'm just I just started up the Diner Foundation, so I'm giving out free lunches Sunday. So this week, this Friday,
Hmm.
uh, and really what I'm trying to do, I'm trying to figure out how I'm gonna do this plate situation. My next plates, I
Hmm.
want to donate some of the portions to the next Diner Foundation event. So yeah, that's pretty much what I got for the rest of the year. Is just we got just plates in motion. Whether you coming to buy some or you trying to give some.
Well, yeah, we got to talk like entrepreneurs. Let your people talk to my people.
Right,
See if Burst Beauty can give a donation and stuff.
right. And so I'm like, yeah, but yeah, I'm working everything out right now. And announcements is official announcements is coming soon.
Hmm.
So before we end, what's the message you want to leave for the diners?
Mm, in the spirit of from grief to grind, um, I don't remember who even said this. May have been Dr. Martin Luther King, but faith is taking the first step without seeing the full staircase. So I just encourage all the diners to lock in on whatever your goal is, whatever your dream is, and if your dream don't scare you, it ain't big enough. And you got to think big, dream big. We only got one life, so if you want to go do whatever you want to do, you go do that and do it with faith. You only need a faith the size of a mustard seed. That's what they say in the Bible. So just really locking in and letting your hurt and your trauma fuel that grind and that pit in your stomach where it's like, oh, I got to do something, and really doing it, executing it, using your resources, and using your village, or creating your own.
Man, hey, I hope y'all had y'all notebooks out on this one. Cause I damn sure wish I had mine out. I'm gonna have to go re-listen to this.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, cause this was a good one, and I definitely want to have you back.
Oh, thank you,
Definitely want to have you
son.
back. Um,
Thank
so this has been another episode of Plates in Motion. I have my guest today was Birds Beauty, my auntie Chata, my mom. You know the slogan: get you some and stay focused. Plates up.
you. Yes, sir.